Good morning, everyone. Ohayo gozaimasu. Buenos dias. They've asked me to speak in English, so I'll do so. My name is Akira Uchimura. I've been in Japan since 2004. And today I'm going to speak to you a little bit about, my presentation is about who is Japanese. And I'm asking this question. First, it's very early in the morning, so I want to give you a quiz. Who thinks number one is Japanese? Raise your hand. Who thinks number two is Japanese? Ah. So, as you can see, yes, the foreigner is number two. So this is a practice round. In the same way, I'm going to ask you the same question, but with different faces. So here are 6 faces that are going to come out. And I want to ask you the same question, so you raise your hand really high. Who thinks number 1 is foreigner, gaikokujin? Who thinks number 2 is foreigner? Who thinks number 3 is a foreigner? Who thinks number 4 is a foreigner? Who thinks number 5 is a foreigner? Who thinks number 6 is a foreigner? Number 5 is my wife. But as you can see, they're all foreigners. Gaikokujin, she's Brazilian, Peruvian, Paraguayan. They're all Nikkeijin. Nikkei means Japanese descendant. So there are these kind of people all around the world, and many of them here in Japan, as you see them here or me. But there's always this thing about being Japanese or not, and there's all these people in the middle. Who are these people? They're not rhinoceros, they're not zebra, they're both, or they're neither. So this is a question that has been given to me since I was born. And I want to explain to you a little bit about who are Nikkeijin. Nikkeijin are first the people Japanese people who went abroad with these posters that the government gave 50, 60 years ago to go to Latin America. And the descendants of these Japanese people are called Nikkeijin. That's kind of like the basic definition. Now, I want to explain to you a little bit about myself. My father is Japanese, my mother is Chilean, and my father was a Japanese diplomat. So every 3 years, we would go around the world, around Latin America, because every time there's a new government, we'll change. And I was born in Costa Rica. So every time somebody asked me where I'm from, it was a very hard question to answer, and a long answer. So I always had this question, where am I from? Or who am I? Am I Japanese? I'm Costa Rican? Am I Chilean? It's a thing about not just nationality, about what country I belong to, and stuff like that. So, as I said before, in 2004, I came as a scholar I got a scholarship from the Nippon Foundation that's given to Nikkeijins like them from around Latin America. And I started studying about my master's degree about my first idea was I wanted to be like Che Guevara. I wanted to make Latin America a whole country again and fight against the North, like a strong thing like that. But the more I studied about it, the harder I thought it was to do. And I couldn't think it was possible in my lifetime to achieve it. So what can I achieve? And what I thought was easier to do and something that I could really do was, how about to unite all these Nikkeis from around the world that are young and have this same kind of idea that people don't just have nationalities but have these ideas and identities that are more strong than just nationalities. I graduated, and then in 2007 I went around the world on Peace Boat as a volunteer translator and got to see more of these Nikkeis around the world in about 50 countries. And it made me start thinking about it. How can I make this world network of Nikkeis around the world? And while I was thinking about it, I then became the coordinator of the same scholarship I came with. And we started making these conferences where we would meet all these Nikkeis from around the world and talk about what we could do or what is interesting about having these two identities or these nationalities and things like that. And so as you can see, Nikkei is written like this, Japanese descendants. And my first idea was, okay, this is a very interesting word, and this is how we could manage to find these people. finding people who have the same descendants. But then I found out that it's not really about the bloodline, but it's more about your identity. You can be blonde, blue eyes, but if you were born and raised in Japan, I think you are more Japanese than Nikkei bloodline that has a Japanese bloodline that lives in Brazil and never has spoken Japanese. So on 2010, we made this new organization called Nikkei Youth Network. And the idea of this is that to connect people who have strong connections to Japan. It doesn't matter if it's bloodline or not, but people who have strong projects that are have a strong sense of Japaneseness into it. I think that's a way that now, instead of being like countries, it's easier. As you can see, like in 311, what happened last year is it didn't matter what your nationality you were, what you were doing, as long as you had the same objective. And that is how I wanted to start this new project. And in 2012, in January this year, we started this website called Hanabi. Hanabi, as you know, is gunpowder and fire, and it makes the sky bloom. So what we want to do is ideas that have this Japaneseness to it, and it makes better social places. So that is what I'm doing. I forgot my business cards today, so here are my links. And well, I just wanted to explain to you why I do it and what I'm doing. Please visit our websites to see what we do. So thank you very much. ありがとうございました。